Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about some guitars that I would never own. Now of course, let's just get this out of the way. If you guys like any of these guitars, and or if you own any of these guitars, don't feel bad about my opinions. They're just my opinions. Personally, I'm just not really a huge fan of any of the guitars that are going to be on this list. So again, like what you like, and please don't get offended by my opinions. And obviously there are tons and tons of more guitars that I would never own, and that's because, really, I can't own them. So I'm not going to be talking about any 1959 Les Paul Bursts, or any Medallion Flying Vs, or pretty much any other crazy expensive guitar. I'm basically only going to be talking about guitars that I could own that I would just choose not to. So without further ado, let's get into the video. The first of 6 guitars I have on this list is Prince's Cloud Guitar. Personally, I honestly just think this guitar is super ugly. Now you're probably going to be seeing a little bit of a theme going along with all of these guitars, and that's they all look a little bit different, except for the very next one, which we'll get into later. But anyways, personally, I just think Prince's Cloud Guitar is just really ugly. No, yeah, I kind of get the idea of the abstract look of this guitar. It's kind of the point of it, but personally, it just doesn't really do it for me. I understand how it fits the theme of his music, it just doesn't really resonate with me at all. But I mean, other than its crazy look, it's basically just a normal guitar. His signature models are made by Schecter, and I love Schecter guitars, so I'm sure they're not bad guitars, I just don't really like them. Now I'm sure maybe a lot of you guys could agree with that, but the next one, this might be a little bit more controversial. And that is that I honestly hate Telecasters with humbucker pickups. For whatever reason, they just do not look right to me. I think that the normal single coil in the bridge, and the lipstick humbucker in the neck, I just think that's how Telecasters should be. Oh, also, though, P90s are also really cool in Telecasters. But for whatever reason, just humbuckers, it's just like, no, that's not, no, stick to other guitars. Just something about it just really rubs me the wrong way, and it's like, no, it's not supposed to be like that. Change back to what you're supposed to be. So pretty much like the Jim Root signature model, it's a no for me. Or I believe they're called the Telecaster Deluxes, also a no for me. It's just my thing. I think that these super classic guitars, though innovation is great, sometimes things just should be kept the way they were the first time. But anyways, let's get on to the next one. Now the next one is super metal looking guitars. So basically a lot of BC Riches, Jacksons, you got, what else you got, Ibanez sometimes. I really just don't like the super pointy, over the top metal looking guitars. Dean also has a bunch of these over the top metal looking guitars, but the Dimebag Darrell signature is a wonderful guitar. I love that so much. The only guitar that I bought and sold that I actually regret selling was a Dean Dimebag signature model guitar. I really miss that thing, and if I could get it back, I definitely would. Though yeah, they're kind of ugly and they're really over the top. The Dimebag Darrell signature models are great, but this list isn't about guitars that I do like, it's about the ones I don't. So the BC Rich Warlock and other similar guitars. I like Mockingbirds. Mockingbirds aren't too bad, but I'm just going to say the Warlock because it's the most popular one. Just not really a big fan of. That also kind of has to do with the stuff that I play on guitar. I don't really play a ton of metal. I mostly stick to bluesy solos and hard rock. And for both of those, a crazy looking BC Rich Warlock, well, it doesn't really fit the build. But it definitely serves its own purpose in metal. So yeah, it has its place. It's just not for me. Now kind of going along with the metal guitars, that leads me right into my next one that I would never own. And that is 7-string and up guitars. For me, I've never really found a reason why I would need anything more than 6 strings, but I'm sure just having that 7th string would actually be a ton of fun. So maybe, way down the road, I could own a 7-string, but probably not anything more than that. I think that's just over the top. I believe another name for them is called multi-scale guitars. If that's a different thing, correct me in the comments. But there's tons of cool YouTubers that use them, such as Dovidas, I think that's how you pronounce it, Rob Scallon, even Jared Dines. So they definitely get really good use out of their multi-scale instruments. But really, I'd never really seen myself using one, and I don't think I'd ever own one. So the super metal pointy guitars that I talked about last time, these ones have their own place. It's just not for me. Now for this next one, I'm going to take you guys back to the Telecaster. When I said something about, though innovation is good, sometimes you should just keep it how it is. This next one kind of fits exactly what I just said, and that is headless guitars. Though yeah, I'm sure they have a bunch of benefits referring to the tuning stability and other issues like that. I don't know, I just think they're kind of ugly. Though I've never played one, I feel like as soon as a string would go flat, I would go right up to where the headstock would be and be like, oh, it's not there. And then I think some of them have to have Allen keys and stuff to tune them, and I feel like that would just be a pain in the butt. So I feel like reaching all the way down to the body just to tune the guitar would be a little bit weird, especially because you could still play a lot of stuff with a normal guitar while tuning. I just feel like the learning curve would be a little bit too big for me. I also just don't like the look of them. The bridge area on them is also just really big, so I feel like that just takes away from the overall guitar. So it's kind of like the vibrola system that a lot of Gibsons have. A lot of people say that it takes up too much space on the body, and they want to appreciate the wood and not just the metal components slapped on it. So yeah, I can see why somebody would say that, and I honestly agree. So that's why I don't like headless guitars. Oh, the last one. Music Man, Music Man, Music Man. You guys make wonderful guitars, and they're oh my god, they're so awesome. But what were you guys thinking when you made this? Though I'd never played this guitar and honestly know nothing about it. Why would you want to? I'm pretty sure it's a signature model, and no offense to the artist, but you have some weird taste. Why are you like this? But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully I didn't offend anybody too bad. So if you like this video, feel free to click like, and if you loved it and you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.